my brother. Good. Mira, transmission, cable.
De 8, mira, es más abajo el puto cigüeñal, el árbol de levas y pinches pistones y válvulas y esas madres calentadas. Vamos para allá. ¿Sí, hermano?
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I think it's terrific.
The
So
mayor,
we have new
that's the
leadership
mayor.
at the Convention and Visitors Bureau and Don Cohen. All of you that are participating in sponsorships, the Automobile Club, and all the others.
Thank you very much. Thank you all for coming out. I want to thank all these wonderful street rods over here too. This is just a very, very small sample of what you're going to see out there if you come to the track. Thank you for this. This is very nice. Very unexpected.
Blake Bowser.
These street rods over here too. This is a very small sample of what you're going to see out there. The event is a car show. It is a manufacturer's midway. It's a dream. If you're a car fanatic, it's a dream world for you. And we are living a dream right now of the Bakersfield Smokers. They created this whole facility out there. It was their dream. The first parts meet was put on 1959, and we're just 50 years later. We're still going, and it was their dream and their thoughts to do this, and we're just carrying on the dream. And all of you out here, all the media, thank you so much. You're helping us carry on tradition. We're really proud. I do want to introduce Brad Thompson. Brad's one of our competitors this weekend. He'll be racing in Nostalgia Top Fuel, and Brad is the current ET and mile per hour holder. ET. Yeah, last year's defending champion in Nostalgia Top Fuel and the current low elapsed time. That means he's the quickest Nostalgia Top Fuel basically in the world. The fastest cars raced here in the United States. So Brad's going to give you a couple little comments about what's going to happen this weekend, what he hopes to do. And we are going to fire this car off for you today. So this is a nitromethane burning Top Fuel dragster. So get ready for that if you can.
Yeah, I'd like to say thank you to Mayor Hall, the Bowser family, and the city of Bakersfield for having us here this weekend. We have great weather. You know, we got some bad hot rods out there this weekend, and appreciate everybody else that came out here this weekend. And any questions about the car, you guys let me know, and we'll answer them to the best of our abilities. We're going to fire this thing up here in a little while.
I can't think of a better way to conclude a press conference with something like that. So.
It didn't make a difference.
Oh, you did. Oh yeah, that's what you want, the driver.
They will be followed by different very importantly, also needed on the
A calm before the storm.
We are simulcasting on frequency 5:30 a.m. 5:30 a.m. This is called the oxymoronic announcement of the day. And if you can't hear me, it's just an announcement that you can listen to me on the radio. Well, 5:30 in FM 87.7 AM 5:30 in FM 87.7. Stockdale, oh wow, go ahead, come on. Gets a win to the 12 from Bob. About it done. 66 El Camino. From Bakersfield, 70 El Camino. Attention in the pin. That's okay. I've been stepped on before. You can see complete. It makes it a lot better for us up here announcing because we get information before you go to check, please. But yeah, and that is the real deal, and it's all right, Sweat. Sitting right there. Attention. Not a friend now. You got two funny short, not terribly attractive, but well done cars. And we're talking about the Auto we got the 7 AMS. That gets us who was in the finals of these two. Opened up 37. I know this is Chevelle. You gotta love the 64 Plymouth. It's so clean, man. I like that box. 70 Chevelle. Jim Fowler. Back at Fury with the 426 head. And no name again on the Camaro in the Auto Club. 969, I can see it now. I think. Cars, Rick Berry in the 69 Chevelle Automobile Club side. Here on Tower side, 69 Camaro. The object of this game, if you're new to it, is to run 1060 or as close to it. When you start qualifying, I assure you, there are 54 cars that do believe this will be a 36-car field. You will find 15 and change. There are no ducks. Let's see how they go. Rick Berry in the Automobile far side. Here on the camera. All right. There's a squirrel in the tower and that's right. And Mallory, a little bit off, just a bit slow. In the tower. Oh my God! Bob has got a bit of a drag. 37 for Jeff Kleeman over in the Mimi Roadrunner, and he backed out. Must have been leaking on the track. Legend in drag racing. He took 2 engines and put them down the track quicker than anybody else. Bob Barabbas, a.k.a. Floyd Livingston. My legs still looking the same as he does today. Yeah, I mean, you know. Yeah. Let alone a whole poster worth, and they're all looking at Yeah, well, me too. Good. GM retirement. Yeah, right. GM sold my division off. All right, we're back to Claire. Looking like a big one, just 427 on the door. All right, come in. California 65, no, what they do. Category, as do the Chevy 2s, but even a Vega. And the one over here in the Budweiser lane is a Nova.
straight axle way up in the air. Starter looking at it going, you're kidding, right? You're doing a wheelie and you're not even moving. It's straight for John Richmond, Little Comet. Escandido. Escandido, 65 Comet taking on Brian Buell. Black and white, no one will know when I'm mistaken. I would know. All right, Dave Gauthier out of Lake Havasu, 70 Pontiac off the 1060 index, 1150 in the Budweiser lane, and it's Al. Show me the money McGinnis brother Ross from the Cascadero. The Cascadero transmission, 65 Mustang, 427. At 109.39. And now it'll be right around the index. Now, Al Ross been running the car. From 1081 to a 1050E. Now, here's a car that didn't look like this. Didn't know Ed Carey. Oh, wait, I think I bet Ed Carey's car has looked like this. Well, 71 Chevy car, white light. Right there, 1060 on the number, 1/1000th of a second away from a perfect ET. And Eric's going to want that when we're running a qualifying run. He's going to keep that slip and say, no, we're not qualifiers. This time, Gary's going to keep that. Charlie out of Fillmore and C Gas, final call. C Gas, Charlie Gas, C Gas, your final call. If you're not in the lanes, you're not suited up, you're not ready, you ain't running. Is now or next? 10 in the qualifying field. All right, Simonian out of Sanger, California with Camaro, and Sergio Felipe out of South San Francisco, JC's moving service. 2006, Mark Simonian carried the #1 sportsman plate. Mark to be on the number. For those of you who don't know what that is, that's a Morris Minor. British little machine, short wheelbase, has some relation to this, but quite a bit different. $11,16,121 in the Chevy 2. I love the Mopar and the Rush. I don't understand quite myself, but on the 37 or 38 Chevy. The cool thing about it is it's a Bel Air. It's not an Impala. No, the Impala was not available from what I remember. My memory's a little bit. The SS was a 409. a high 10 with 37 left before the tree was activated. The flicker of the light set him off, and he's gone. Now you want to see a very cool paint job. Dave Stage's Camaro used to be orange. Samuel Slade goes insane. Oh, man, it is cool. So these guys are in the neighborhood. Well, Stage is close to number. He'd be number one qualifier with that first pass. Catwalk at Baker. One did it. 10 too quick. All right, boy, shower in the Menlo. 62 Plymouth Savoy. That is the thing. That was one odd year for Plymouth. That was a one-year body style, and they didn't carry anything over. Rent-a-rears are looking at that going, you know, we could make a race car out of that. Yeah. All right. Paint it black, though. Paint it black. Didn't catch it because he left a little bit late to the number. Cost him a very good 951's got to slow it down just a hair. You gotta like this pair. Max Watson out of Bakersfield, 69 Camaro with a 509 under the hood. And Tom Moana. Only $1,000 off, 960 with a 1 at 135. Bob Chopin out of Placerville, California, Juggers Racing Team. This will be a great match for it. Taking on Mike Piers out of Madera, the 68 Buick Bread Sport. Joe cruising up, taking a look out the track as we call in E3. Is that Buick cool though? I mean, you know, if you're sitting at home thinking a way to go 1,320 feet and 960, you think about a Sky. I will tell you, this qualifier will be 960 and change. Gig, Harris, Garden Valley, Falcon 1 Motorsports and the 64 Falcon with a 427, 27 Stroker with a 671 blower, Jericho 4-speed, owned it for the last Frank Osborne out of Carruthers, California, Tom's Transport 65 Nova with the candy-colored U's on it. Andrea Whiteside out of Woodlake, California, District Osborne. They're in the neighborhood. Hey, do you own a computer? If you do, you should listen to Scott. Off the index, which means they'd be maybe. DeYoung and 496 under the hood, and Tom Charavis from Laguna Hills, 969 Camaro, big block, 457 1, the 2005. Doug Petrosky sponsored the car. 64 Chevy Nova. Take their twins with different parents. Out of Azusa, California, the safest car built in 1935, a DeSoto Airflow. Yep. Hemi, 528 for Stewart and about 36. All right, we've got a problem with vehicles in the staging lanes that are not racing. If you're not racing, your car does not need to be in the staging lanes. They are looking into bringing a record there to move them out now. The C9 Plymouth Road GTS. That was the expensive Roadrunner. Yeah, really nice one. Yeah, they're just well. Doing this about 5 years. Hendricks, a player on that pass. 977 for Workman in the Cougar, buck 37. Workman, buck St. John. Yeah, and dirty old man, because Cole's got the 55. And Arisia, a player, as always. Gets a 950 to a 971, so Morgan on the right side of the number, but off just a little bit more. What was that? Mike C. Rogers Sr. out of Bakersfield. In the Bakersfield glass 69 Camaro, 470 cubic inches, and one nasty de-gasser Mopar over in the automobile. Push him back. NE2 lanes 5 and 6, please. NE2, 5 and 6. Keep it there. We're pushing once and get home. The neighborhood, and I think it's Monty Fitzgerald driving. We don't know. Monty's standing. Monty's walking. Probably got my money on a 409. I would too, but you gotta find somebody to make the headers for that deal. That is a unique exhaust configuration.
Yeah. Well, you heard about the Very Quiet Rabbit?
What? How
Very Quiet Rabbit is unique.
Yeah.
Well, you're standing there in the cabbage patches.
NE3, the 1060. want. You can run a Dragster, you can run a Roadster, you can even run a Ghost. And this is a sedan, and he is one of his category more than anyone else. Great all of those right there. All right, little bit. 960. Remember that guy that had the high side, low side car in this town? Up in the bottom city. We were talking about a moment ago. 29 Ford, 350 Chevy, center steer. It's an out of shade coming out of the water. That's not a good sign for you. And Woody Gilmore chassis, front engine Dragster. Front engine Woody Gilmore chassis, 300. Tomorrow to figure it out some more. Roadster. Cars in category in one of the most beautiful cars. Ron Asalone's beautiful 8-cylinder, 6-cylinder. I need Ray Fry and George Diaz to the tower. Ray Fry, George Diaz to the timing tower, please. And you'll be happy because you don't. So there you'll be qualified. That's coming. That is Karen Gillespie, who got licensed up last weekend. It was running the number. She came right around. Thursday licensed up. Karen 966, correct? Out of Costa Mesa, California, Phantom Roadster, 357, small tower side, Denise Gilbert. No, maybe not Denise Gilbert. B-Gas to the ladies, please. B-Gas. Woo! And that is one sleek, sexy, 37 Fiat with a small block 355 Chevy. That's smooth. And that's low. That is a sleek Fiat. We are talking Frank Pedragon Sr. style. Yeah, for the road. Oh, sorry about that, Ford. Looks like an old, someone chopped up a Ford or a Chevy coupe, narrowed it, scrunched it, sliced it, diced, and molded it in to a dragster chassis. And back in the day, now I can prove it. That's absolutely accidental. This is what I do. A injector hat is a flat plenum style injection system. Got Looks like a regular intake manifold, but it's fuel injected. I'm assuming it's a big block GN type motor. Yeah. And there's a bunch of old Grizzly dudes that work on it. Yeah. Beautiful candy orange paint job. Full body. Neat. You got to get a second light. There you go. Watch it closely. Topolino. Remember I told you when we go into the Nostalgia Limiter, it becomes a Topolino National. Brand new topo for somebody. Reminds me of McClellan's Tune-Tech. It said this one is glass and this is all real steel. Now it's sit high, unlike the ones that you've seen. It's got a full height roof. Yep. Now, this one, and most of the ones you'll see, the roof is open because they had a rag top. Right. However, there was a hardtop version. Yes, there was one, but it was sold as a Simca. Aye, what an infamous badge that was. Yeah, Simca from France. So it was a car built on license, but it had a full steel roof. And I had one, foolishly, one of the cars that I did. I just think it's different. I have to do it or one thing is looking like 9 lit up on the hood, yeah. 2003 champion and sponsored by Vitelli Speed Shop. Larry Rizzo here on the tower side, also from Sam. Chevy. Out of it. Money. Curry Lorenz, you got money talking here. Ran a 460 last pass on Sunday. White Garfield Jr. down in California. Garfield, oh yeah. Oh, it's something breaks big time on Lewis's car. Driveline, let's go. Steve Boston can make a solo run, but looks like they shut him. They backed him off, and we'll see what happens with. Everybody looks underneath and goes, no, that's not good. Everybody goes, rear end just locked up. I love this rat rail. So Lomas pushing back. Unfortunately, his race weekend may be over. He may need the third. The track has come up for replacement through Moraz, Czechoslovakia. Heck of a nice job. Built by GES Engineering in San Diego. Yes, look, there is with the lag. Motorsport, the 97 Don Dent Chassis Roadster. The Budweiser Lane. Oswald Lane. Right to Buffalo. Wow, slow rumble. Look at the paint. That is almost Ford Grabber blue there. Well, and it's on that new altered, the clean roadster in the far lane. Old school roadster in the far lane. Gas against the gas. Good. You're wrong. All right, A-gas. We need you now. A-gas. A-gas to lane 2 and 3. Traction is great here at Phoenix Promotions for the 50th March Meet. And I don't want to comment. But that's not the first motorsport t-shirt ever done. I'll tell you what, it may be the first, but the most famous to me was the still a lot of times. Richard Jordan out of what hot rodding and Jerry Drag Racing is all about, isn't it? All right, now let's take a look at the snowbank in the trailer. Cool. Whatever it was, the truck. Injection Chevy did the red light thing, and they gotta back them up there. And so I want to say thanks to Mike. If you didn't get yesterday's California, boy, did you miss some. Out of Long Beach, the 69 chassis drags through with a small box. I got the tough one. 3 Out of Ontario, California, mechanical injection by Enderley. Runs on alcohol. Very rapidly. Wake up. They're going to road for the far lane. Lots of injection on these guys. heavy. Maybe, unless it would be our good friend Kid Jr. who runs the slow down. Fury from Montebello, California. Yes, taking on that bright yellow, the big banana dragster. Ooh, banana dragster. Very fun to see that. Keep staying for the car in the right lane, not the thing you want to do. Oh, with small stacks on the injection, different approach. Again, they're looking for the elusive 860. That is the number they want to run. Wambach kind of running a junior dragster setup without the stroke on the small one. Pushing it, I don't know if it's one. After they chose for their sweeper to keep me working. Isuzu. Whatever happened to Joey Zuzu? Whatever happened? Rachel Chatterton. index. More the 50 shoe box. I love that Henry J. That's Courtney. He's from Helena, Rocket, Nevada. He's always running up the balance. Stepped up. He's run big ass 9 feet. In the Pontiac Tempest, taking on the Camaro here in the Budweiser lane. To run 55 inches Chevrolet. For Doug Hampton. Out of Bakersfield, Energy Link Motorsports dropped to 55. Monty Fitzgerald. Mr. Doug, drive 7-4. Area Director for NHRA. Okay, the Williams is off the track. Randy Armstrong in the 57 against Jerry Kittle in the 67 Camaro. So the Terry booth, they need a bracket for the shifter cable.